Welcome back to a brand new video in this section. In the previous video, we looked at what it means that Python has first-class functions and classes. In this video, we're going to briefly talk about some of the high points of the Python standard library. The library of code that comes pre-installed with Python is extensive, so we're not going to be able to go into detail. The goal here is to come away with an understanding of the breadth of quality tools we have available, so if we need them in the future, we know where to look. Thus, we're going to just briefly touch on many useful things. First off, there is the collections package, which contains even more data structures. Collections contains the default dict class that we spoke about in the previous video. The collections package also contains an ordered dictionary that remembers the order in which items were inserted and gives them back in the same order when we iterate over it. A double-ended queue class, a variation on tuples that uses names to access the elements, and a pseudo-dictionary that provides a composite view of several other dictionaries. There are a few other data structures in there as well. One common data structure missing from the collections package is a priority queue, but that's just because it has its own package called heap queue. Python's priority queue operations are implemented as functions that work with built-in lists to add and remove items according to the heap property. Storing and retrieving data is an extremely common need for programs, and the pickle package makes it easy. Inside the pickle package are classes and functions that facilitate transforming arbitrary Python data into a sequence of bytes. That can be stored in a file or sent across the network or whatever you need. The pickle package also has the tools to reverse the process and transform those bytes back into fully fledged Python data objects. Also, in the vein of storing data, the SQLite 3 package provides complete access to the SQLite database manager, allowing us to take advantage of a complete transactional relational database. Third-party packages to access other database systems follow pretty much the same interface, so it's easy to make the switch to a different database later if needed. Also, relevant to data handling is the JSON package, which parses or generates the de facto standard Internet Data Exchange format. The JSON package is smart, so it handles JSON objects, arrays, strings, numbers, null values, and so on in a sensible way, mapping them onto the proper Python data types. The base64 package encodes bytes into base64 or decodes base64 into bytes. There are several other similar packages for bin hex, UUcode, and so on as well. The HTML and XML packages provide all sorts of utilities for dealing with the major internet markup languages, including parsers and document object models. The URL lib package provides us with convenient ways to retrieve data from URLs or to send data to them. In particular, the URL lib.request .url open function is extremely useful. The itertools and functools packages provide an assortment of utilities having to do with functional programming paradigms. In particular, the functools package allows for us to create partially applied functions, and the itertools package lets us concatenate iterators. The enum package contains support for creating and using named enumerations. Each enumeration is a distinct data type, like a class. The pathlib package contains classes and functions that provide a cross-platform abstraction of file and file path operations. The inspect package is interesting and quite useful. It provides us with functions that can be used to gather information about data objects, particularly about functions and classes, If we want to know the names of functions' parameters, or we want to access an object's documentation or any number of things along those lines, the inspect package will get us there. The packages we've just looked at are by no means the complete list of what's available in the standard library, but hopefully they give some idea of the depth and breadth of what we get just by installing Python. Taking a look through the library documentation on python.org is highly recommended for people who want to get the most out of Python. There are some particularly useful packages that we didn't mention at all. That's because there are whole videos or even course sections devoted to them later. So that brings us to the end of our overview of the standard library. In the next video, we're going to take a look at what's new in Python 3.5 specifically.